1918 is when we started putting up radio towers. So like 1915, 16, 17, 18, radio towers went up for the first time. Radio short form for radiation. And yeah, I believe we weren't used to that radiation back then, and people got sick from it and got radiation poisoning, non-ionized radiation poisoning, which is like similar to flu-like symptoms. And to go with like all the polio shots that people were taking back then, I believe people got sick and were told that they had the Spanish flu. So now Corona's here, same time that 5G is going up. I think 5G is going to start making people sick from radiation poisoning, and they're going to tell us that Corona has mutated and it's killing people. When we start seeing, flu-like or not flu, pandemic-like scenarios in front of us, and people start dying and whatnot. Actually, so up until now, I believe they've been lying to us about COVID, and they've been putting on death certificates, like that they're not supposed to, like George Floyd and suicides and overdoses and cancer victims and whatnot. It seems like hospitals are actually getting compensated for doing so, and they get money when they, add COVID to the list, or even when they put someone on a ventilator. So, sorry, one sec. Okay, so those Q-tips that are sticking up people's noses could be infecting people because the president of Tanzania told the world that he tested birds, goats, fruits, and like motor oil and stuff, and a whole bunch of them came back positive. I'm hearing about nurses that are sending unused tests to the laboratory as if they were used, and like some of them are coming back positive. And then there's a couple personal stories that I heard of people that were in lineups waiting to get tested and signed up to get tested, but then left without getting tested, but then got notified that they tested positive when they never got tested to begin with. So it's all kind of fucked up, but just don't get tested is my suggestion. Um, so yeah, Corona means crown, and that could be because of this one dude named Joseph Gregory Hallett, Hallett. Here's a man who's been claiming that he's the king of England for like 20, 30 years in books that he's been writing, and yeah, he suggests that the queen is illegitimate from Germany. He also says that he has a bloodline of Jesus somehow and goes by the number 777. Part of his story is that he has given his official claim to the Pope and Trump and everybody in April. And since April, the Queen has not been back to Buckingham Palace. It looks like the royal seal is missing from their gate. Apparently, the story is that a truck hit it and it will be replaced. Um, I don't even know for sure, but I think the royal guard is not standing in front no more, and it's now like a guy in a green suit. And then Harry and his girlfriend took off already, so like they might have seen this coming. In April, the Pope seems to have removed from his title the Vicar of Christ, which suggests that he is no longer the Vicar of Christ, and now that this new guy might be. And this guy's going to be known as King John III for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but what's his name? Trump just stood in front of St. John's Church recently with a Bible that was upside down, and I guess it's because of this king guy, so King John III. Um, so I'm pretty sure. Okay, okay. So look, this guy's on Facebook as Greg Hallett. So again, Greg Hallett, Hallett. He has a 777 as his profile picture. So I communicated with this guy, and he like communicated with me. And this is what happened. Because first, I decided for some reason to like start looking up what the names of California were. And so this is what happened. California is like a female caliph, a female leader, which I guess in this case would be the queen. Mount Ray is a mountain king, so I think they're calling him the mountain king. And part of his story is that he lived in a cave for like X amount of time. Nevada is a mountain with a white top, so he's got white hair. He's the mountain king. Mount Diablo is there, so I think they're calling the mountain king the devil. San Jose means Joseph, so Jose is Joseph. Gregorio, San Gregorio is Gregory, so Joseph Gregory is his name. Diego means he that replaces. Baja means the fall or drop of a short feminine. What else? So yeah, Francisco's free man, so he's like a sovereign free man. Phoenix is down there after Baja, so that's like the rise of the Phoenix in the New World Order. So yeah, so all this shit I picked up on, and I sent that to him on his Facebook on one of his posts, which he has since. But back in May, I sent it to him. He responded to me, and he's like, "Hey, I like your method. It's a little bit negative though, because I was like calling him the Antichrist." And so he added more information. Let me add more information to like make it positive, he says. And he's like, hey, my mom was born at Half Moon Bay, and Anaheim is like referring to Queen Anne, where he says his bloodline goes to as well, and that history books say that she was executed, but his story says that she escaped execution, so she lived on. And so what else? Some other shit he put on there. But anyways, he basically kind of confirmed what I was like discovered, and then at the end he's like, "Yeah, here, plug these into what you discovered, and this could be quite the prophecy. Here's to Hopi, so Hopi, so like the Hopi Indians." So now I'm thinking the Hopi Indians had something to do with it. And anyways, yeah, I believe we're in biblical times, and I believe the Hopi prophecy from 2012 is actually referring to 2021, or like around in and like now soon. And I think that the 7 years of tribulation started on September 23rd, 2017, when Jupiter, the king planet, exited Virgo the Virgin after Jupiter was inside of Virgo for like 44 weeks. And that's like a full term for a baby to be born. And what else happened? So on that day, September 23rd, 2017, there was like an alignment with Virgo that matched Revelation 12, where it talks about like the woman who's clothed with the sun and has the moon at her feet, about to give birth, crown of 12 stars, and like the dragon about to eat the baby. So now on that day, Virgo had the sun inside of her, the moon at her feet, the Jupiter about to come out as the baby. So the king planet being Jesus, Virgo, the Virgin Mary. Three planets added into Leo to make 9 into 12, so she had a crown of 12 stars, and Draco is the constellation underneath her feet, which would be the dragon. So that all kind of played out on that day, so I believe that that's the day that the 7 years started, which would bring us to March 21st or May 22nd-ish. One of those 2 days, either the March 21st, 22nd or May 21st, 22nd, to be the midpoint of tribulation, where I would now expect this peace deal to happen. Trump and Pence, by the way, is trumpets. So I believe like those are the trumpets that the Bible warns us about, warning us about like fake news and shit. And then we just got to realize that Trump is fake news and like everything's fake news. And then, so yeah, this guy's the Antichrist, this new king. He's gonna show up at some point. And what else? I believe Pope John Paul II is gonna pop out of his grave somehow, some way, whether it's like a clone or like a whatever the fuck it is, an actor. I think on December 21st, very possibly on a solstice, as Pope John Paul II is associated with solstices, he fits apparently all 12 of the biblical prophecies, except for like he just needs to come out of his grave now and come back to life, I think. And he's gonna be the false prophet. So this king is 777. So is Trump. Trump was inaugurated when he was exactly 70 years old, 7 days and 7 months. And then he went to Israel for the first time when Bibi was in power for 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days. So there's like the 777 connection there. So Michael Jackson wore 777 on his arm. Tupac was associated with the 7-day theory. Prince sang a song that's all seven and will watch them fall, which I now believe is the 7 beast heads of the Bible. I believe these people are alive and well, and they're going to show up, and it's going to be Illuminati. So Michael Jackson was exposed in the music industry and like Tommy Mottola and the Illuminati somewhat. Prince was exposing chemtrails. Tupac was Illuminati. And Q is, if you know, Q is QAnon. Trump supporters are following him. That's JFK Jr., I believe. And they're all going to show up, and they're going to start arresting Bill Gates and Clinton and Bush and draining the swamp, and they're going to arrest all these pedophiles and Maxwell and like all of them. And it's going to look like they're the good guys and they're cleaning house. But Tupac, Biggie, Eazy-E, Yaki Gaddafi, and someone else, maybe the guy from Beastie Boys, are all in a group called Jurassic 5. So look that up. Akil the MC is Tupac. Soup is Biggie. Mark 7 is Eazy-E. Michael Jackson is dressed up as Dave. So look that up as well. And it's very possible in my mind that Morgan Freeman used to be Jimi Hendrix. So check those guys out next to each other. So yeah, anyways, I think we're in the 7 years of tribulation. I think there's gonna be like a peace deal soon, and then there's gonna be some sort of temple that's part of it, and like put in Israel near the Temple Mount. What else is supposed to happen? Some fucked up shit. But let's see, and just don't trust the new King of England. Don't trust Tupac or Michael Jackson or anybody that shows. And okay, so yeah, I believe that Jesus' message was not to worship him as a man, but just to worship God, which is like feminine and male. So like the Holy Spirit is feminine and like the Father is male. It's like Mother Earth and whatever. So I believe in reincarnation. I believe reincarnation is biblical. I believe there were many books that were taken out of the Bible where Jesus even talks about this kind of stuff. How he was a vegetarian, how like we reincarnate. Maybe up until a certain point. Maybe there's a cutoff point, which I'm assuming could be now. But I feel like we've been reincarnating, kind of like growing on karma and stuff. And I'm just in a rush. Someone's waiting for me, but I'm trying to get this out. So yeah, the Holy Spirit's feminine, karma or reincarnation exists. We just gotta be good people and like spread the truth, and we can heal. We can use our energy. We can walk on water. Everything Jesus did, we could do, and he was just kind of showing us how to do it, I guess. And he came to tell us like the Bible is basically bullshit, kind of used to control us and like enslave us, and really you just gotta. And they tricked us into like worshiping Jesus because they moved the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday, which is for the sun worship and Saturn, and that's Satan. And it's also with like Horus and Murtha, they're associated with that day, so they were like gods. So they're trying to make our creator is. So so much more. I just gotta go. So yeah, www is 666 in the Jewish language. Every single barcode has two lines at the beginning, middle, and end. Those are like sixes. The Google Chrome sign is three sixes in a fucking around that circle. And what else? Circle K stores, they're like everywhere now. They used to be called the 3K's Food Store. They were based in El Paso, Texas. They changed their name in 1952 to Circle K, but the word Ku Klux comes from the Greek word kuklos, which means circle. So it's basically KKK, and it's also 666 because of 660, like OK, Circle K. So yeah, don't take any vaccines. Don't let them put anything up your nose. Don't take the mark of the beast. I believe the mark of the beast is going to be 777 because 666 is the number of man. We have 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons in every carbon atom, and we're made on the 6th day. So I don't know if I'm right about all this shit, but like this is what I think. This is what I'm sharing with you. Don't trust this new king. Don't trust anyone on the news and TV. It's all fake news. And good luck out there. I think I might get really kind of messed up. So let's see what happens. But see you later.